Any moment now.
Oh, you wait for that to go live.
Yeah, of course. That's when it actually starts. But like, it hasn't started. Technically, it might have started by now, but it hasn't. See, now it started. Yeah. All right, hey guys, and welcome to today's stream. We are finally back with some Ace Attorney, the content that some people have been waiting for.
You've gotten subscribers just for Ace Attorney.
Yeah, it is entirely true. So we are finally back with Ace Attorney content. Well, hopefully someone will show up and get caught up on the story and understand what's going on, because I don't remember what is happening.
I think the banter on Ace Attorney and the conversation we have is honestly S tier. I don't think you get on any of it.
What is going on? Okay, yeah, anyway, yeah, hopefully, someone enjoys it. That's why we still do this. I enjoy it.
I was about to say Thomas doesn't enjoy it.
I enjoy it, which is why we still do it.
Someone enjoys it. Because I don't. Yo, I remember.
Alright, yeah, to recap, we were defending the German scientist who teleported a man who died.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He died.
His body was found where he was supposed to... Was it launched?
Well, it was like the glass was broken, right?
Not struggling.
Press Alt Enter.
I mean, I think there's settings for a reason, man. Okay, now the game's gonna show up any minute now. Just watch. There we go. See? Boom.
It's because you did this instead of Alt Enter.
Whatever. I think it's just because I don't think I've ever opened Ace Attorney on this computer. Alright.
Wait. Can I pull this off?
No. Exactly. So, for those of you who don't, OG streamers, I mean, I don't know if these guys are considered OG, but like, they're here, they're back.
What do you mean?
It's not like I did Ace, because it's not like it's not like I did Ace Attorney for like one of my first games.
I would say it's one of the first.
I don't think so, actually. With the number of games I played, I don't think you could really say that.
Didn't we Minecraft done this together?
Yeah, we did. That was a video, though. I didn't stream back then. Looks like we're investigating the crime scene. You ready? You remember? You remember this man?
I don't. I don't remember this. I thought we were past this, in all honesty.
I think we're at the bottom of the tower, right?
Yeah.
It ripped itself apart magnificently, didn't it?
Oh, what the freak?
Magnificently and mercilessly.
What do you mean, what the freak? You don't remember Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, I forgot she turned into Mickey Mouse.
You started Phoenix Wright just before my stream, eh? Speaking of Phoenix Wright, you're gonna play that round now, right?
Phoenix It's in. I'll play with when you play Dicey Dungeons. How about that? My present to you from like 2 years ago now, or
and
something?
Noob Hero.
Yeah. What the heck?
I got a backlog, man.
A 2-year backlog.
2 years.
And counting.
I blame Elden Ring and Pogo Stuck because they're such long games. You know, games should not be this long. So someone stands in the middle of the machine to be disassembled and then beamed through the air.
Yes, beamed. Not blasted. That's the point.
Yes, that part's crucial, really. Is something like that even possible, though, Iris?
Oh, no. Oh, wait. Oh, Bruno, I'm just a child. How should I know?
A child when it suits you, you mean?
From what I can tell, I think if you were to pull this lever here...
Stop! Don't touch that! Well, it's been so long.
That was practically an instantaneous kinesis the way you flew over just here, Gregory.
Please, your ladyship, I didn't mean to start for you, but I can't let you touch anything up there.
So sorry, you could have some of my latest special blend to make up for it.
Oh no.
Yeah, get sound effects right, come on.
Thought he was sipping the tea, and why is he glugging it? Oh, wonderful.
Because
it's so wonderful.
It's because it's Gregson. You know, you've seen him eat potatoes.
Just like old times, this is. Truly, literally just like old times. How long has it been since we streamed this last, I wonder?
I'll look it up.
No, it's fine. We're representing Professor Hairbrain in court tomorrow, Inspector. So we should be allowed to examine the scene. This wasn't an excuse for you all to just hop on your phones.
I was gonna... Okay.
No, I'm also looking.
Listen, Sunshine, even I'm not allowed to touch anything up there. Is that blasted special dispensation for scientific equipment act to blame?
December 16th.
It's driving me potty.
No, wait.
16th?
Now, over a month ago, if that's true. I mean, yeah, so these guys were on vacation, and I was busy around the end of the year, so a lot of things happened. Oh yes, that special dispensation. The professor mentioned that too.
Wait, we were not on vacation. Watching 3 children is not a vacation.
Vacation.
More red tape's all we need. I don't know, the government thinks it's blown out sometimes.
Normal life is more of a vacation than it was.
Anything that's not part of your routine, you know,
is vacation. Confirmed. Okay, okay.
Oh my.
I thought of some dark jokes, but never mind.
Oh. But we're allowed to just look, aren't we? Surely that's alright, isn't it, Greg-C?
Can I have this here, Thomas, or does it stress you out?
It's fine.
Of course, your ladyship, everything you say, your ladyship, but please don't get dainty hands dirty, will you?
As long as you don't spill it, it's fine.
Don't worry. We wouldn't dream of touching anything, would we, Bruno?
She really knows how to get what she wants. What do we get out of that? I didn't get anything out of that.
Now we touch things.
Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Harebrain was lucky to escape unscathed, I'd say. We should have a good look around the machine while the mechanic think.
Touch anything and I'll make sure I kill you before I get stronger myself, you hear?
I won't touch a thing, I promise. So please, spare a thought for your digestion. Anyway, do you really think this machine can actually disassemble people like the professor claims?
He asked, looking total incredulous. Give it a rest, sunshine. If we were allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we could answer that question. But we can't we?
Because of the annoying rules, you mean?
Exactly! The annoying, obstructive, flaming rules.
You gotta do the
Look at that base of the machine here.
Oh yes, there's a tool of some kind poking through the wire mesh.
It's a screwdriver, I think.
Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle is in the shape of a capital letter A.
It is? Oh yes, you're right.
What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything I said. I'm not touching anything, I'll make sure I count before I get stuck up myself.
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry. I only touched it a teeny weeny bit.
But Greg-C, I'm very curious about the screwdriver. Really very, very curious.
Of course, your ladyship. You're so clever, your ladyship. Fancy spotting something like this? But I'm afraid I can't let you have it.
But Bruno found it first.
I assure you, I'll investigate it thoroughly. On my honor.
He keeps disappearing and
I will do my best.
He's gone off with it. Now to steal something else from the scene.
That was very mean. I'm afraid Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in next month's installment.
Or Greg-C. Wow, she could literally just blackmail him. Yep. Wow, that's it?
That's literally the one.
Ah, the Ferris wheel, of course! Very imperative. What is that gigantic thing over there? It looks like an enormous water wheel. It's the human-powered electricity generator.
That's a Ferris wheel. There'll be people riding inside those little cabins you can see.
Why?
Why not? Well, they rotate nice and slowly, so it's a wonderful way to see the surrounding scenery.
Wait, it's turning? But it looks completely still. I mean, it's going pretty fast.
Oh, it is moving.
I mean, yeah, you couldn't tell?
I
Oh,
literally
wow.
just looked at it and I was like, it is moving, yeah.
I guess it looks completely still.
Do you notice the sparks and the smoke moving and the flags too?
Is it actually moving, or is it just an optical illusion?
It is. Like you can watch the orange one, it'll go around. Anyways.
But you know those scenes where it looks like it's moving just because they got like arrows or something?
No, it's actually moving. It's not like it's the only moving piece in the scenery.
That's what I was saying. Yes, that's because it's turning so slowly. One complete revolution takes about half an hour.
That is so not true. There's no way. Let's sit here and wait for half an hour and see if it takes one complete revolution.
I'm down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks like that's a fourth. There's 28 of these. So the time it takes, let's just see the time it takes for it goes from one part to another.
Quick math.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it looks like there's about 7, so there's 28. So the time it takes to go from right when it starts from here. Wait, I didn't have time already. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready yet.
Doing the math.
We're doing this. Alright. Once it gets to the end
You're not
of
doing
this
that.
point. Alright, we're gonna start timing it. Ready, set, go. Alright. We're waiting for it, see if this will actually take half an hour. We're gonna measure the amount of time it takes to go from one
To this
point
one.
to
Right?
right here. No, I'm measuring to like this top part right here.
But if you do these, it's like more specific.
Well, it's too late now. I wasn't looking at
We're
those.
going now. Start it now.
I already
Go,
started
go.
the timer. It's just as specific, honestly. It's the moment this disappears off screen. And stop. All right. So that's about 27 seconds. Let's give it some doubt.
Times 28. Right?
So basically 30 seconds times 28. So what is that? It's like 30 times. It's 3 times 60, 84, 840 seconds. 840 seconds divided by 60. That's 14 minutes.
14 minutes.
It's like half a half hour. Lies game.
That was impressive.
If you were mad enough to go in
Napkin.
one, it would be more fun to whiz around fast, don't you think?
I feel as though you might have just invented a new sort of ride there, Bruno. A roller coaster. Oh, you
like
go
that.
up. Go up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's the new
Oh,
option.
that's probably important.
The gun! That amazing horn-shaped device is pointing towards the crystal tower. I suppose once people are disassembled by the machine, they're shot out of that thing to wherever they're going.
I don't think it was supposed to shoot anything, Bruno. It was supposed to beam people to the crystal tower, where they'd be reconstructed in their original form.
Yes, content avant-garde. Well, I don't like the look of it. If it was as amazing as it looks, the accident wouldn't have happened in the first place, of course.
I suppose that's true, yes.
But nothing ever goes according to plan, does it? How come this isn't being streamed on the Sundown channel? Being streamed?
Is it bean? Stream?
How come this isn't
And
been
bean.
streamed?
Oh,
That's
Ben
not, that's
is
not bin.
B-E-N.
Yeah. How come this isn't been streamed? That's not it. It's
That's
being.
true. This hasn't been streamed. It's either
Or this
how come
isn't
this
being.
Yeah, it's either being or hasn't been. Anyway, we're roasting you.
How come this isn't being streamed?
Bean. Being.
So those are people carrying balloons dangling silently in the skies over London. I always thought the day would come when
No,
humans would
it's
discover how to
being.
fly. I apologize. Who am I to judge? But never imagined it would involve them being suspended from colorful floating
Bean.
Temari
You mean
handballs.
involve them being suspended. I'm sure it must feel amazing being up there. Oh, sorry, being up there among the clouds. Let's take a ride together, Bruno.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I would like to try it. But without a cast iron guarantee that the thing will plummet to the ground, I'm too scared.
Oh well, in that case, I should tell you what Hurley said. It's physically impossible for a flying balloon to plummet to the ground as long as it doesn't explode.
Yes. Oh, whoops.
Call me crazy.
Call me crazy, but I think that exploding part might play on my mind a little. Alright, well, I think we've examined everything there is to examine here. Yep. Oh, never mind. There's some levers we have to pull. There are all sorts of strange buildings here in the great... Oh, wait, are we talking about the building in the background or the levers?
Oh.
I seem to remember something similar being exhibited in Japan one time.
Oh, in your country, Bruno? I do wish I could go and see it. I'd present a particularly steely samurai with a present of one of Hurley's stories if I had written this especially.
Okay, this is a reference to the original games because there's the steel samurai from the original Ace Attorney.
And see if I couldn't get Hurley into a jam against some Baritsu master ninjas.
Bartitsu. What does that even
Bartitsu.
mean?
Whoa, Bartitsu?
Bartitsu.
There's no way that's a real problem. I'm not gonna look it up, I'm afraid.
You might not find as many of those sorts of people around as you
You're
think.
gonna look up Bartitsu?
It's fine. There's no
Just
way.
don't show the camera.
There's no way.
It is an eclectic martial art and self-defense method
And which
originally
one uses
developed-
their huge knockers?
Oh my gosh.
Goodness gracious.
Developed in England in
My
1890.
goodness.
Look at the huge knockers on that man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, that's dull.
Oh, but I do know a prosecutor with a
Sean Mage.
is it Sean Mog? I forget.
Yeah, look
Top
up
knot.
Sean
I can
Mog.
introduce you. I mean, we've seen it. It's what prosecutor Payne or whoever his face had. Is that like?
Oh, it's the
It's
top
the-
knot.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, literally.
Tiny bit of hair.
Yeah.
His little
That
sprout
prosecutor.
of hope or whatever.
Sean Maj, really? Do you think I could have my picture taken with him? Do you?
Well, assuming he's recovered from the trim Kazuma gave him a year ago, yes.
Wait, but he has. Oh, okay.
No,
they
he
don't
hasn't.
know that. They don't know that.
No, he has only one hair. Was the whole point.
No,
Because
but
he's
he
like,
has.
what?
What
No,
do
he
you mean
hasn't
he has?
recovered.
He had because when we were
So the first case he-
Susato-san at the start of this game, we went up against him.
Well,
And
he didn't
had
have
a sproutling of hair.
Yeah, he had the ouchie growth, but it wasn't a top knot still.
But he had the ouchie growth.
Okay, I guess there's nothing else
Is
here.
everything? Not even the William and Turner, W and G.
Nope. I guess there's nothing else here. Let's see if we can move on to some other location. Oh, he's still here.
We gotta do all the Ace Attorney games, Thomas.
No, it's not the same because you've already played it.
I do know the solution to all the puzzles.
Nah, that's not any fun.
You can just do them with Ivana, it's fine. I'll cheer you on from the chat. Using high voltage electricity to somehow disassemble a man's body, and then beam him across to the crystal tower, it's an extraordinary thing to attempt, especially in public.
True, it was by far the most unusual of the experiments planned for the exhibition. Mine.
To be honest, I'm a bit surprised it was allowed. Carrying out something so dangerous to so many spectators present, I mean.
Our government's doing everything it can to promote new science and technology at the moment. And we're worried about being ahead of the game in order to spot the public safety infringements. They can be the first to develop some new technology. It makes Britain more powerful in the future, you see.
Yes, I suppose that's true in a way.
So the powers that be are placing a heavy emphasis on scientists' rights at the moment.
What sort of rights?
Right up here, they're making it so that any theories of brains have remained their legal property, as it were. Right through developing it into a practical idea and even going into production. Which is infuriating reason as coppers aren't allowed to touch this crime scene. Because the new highfalutin special dispensation for scientific equipment act forbids it. What am I saying? What did I just say?
I totally zoned out, not gonna lie. I was like, wow, he's eating the chips kind of normal.
I see now.
Only people with permission to investigate here are from some brand new department at the yard. The forensic investigation team, it's called. We've been relegated to keeping guard. Bet her like Sean's head of it.
I was just gonna say that.
The forensic investigation team.
There's no way he's not. Any old fool can see that his heap of scrap metal is a sham to begin with.
Nah, he wouldn't be on a team.
But just because
I
it
know,
says
that's-
scientific equipment on the paperwork, we can't do a flaming thing about it.
Poor Grexy. He's very head up, isn't he?
Head up.
He's very head up. Yo, he's beamed up right now. That's what just happened there. Head up. Heated up. He's heated. There's no way head's a word.
I mean, it's probably a word.
A bit older.
There's nothing this game hasn't been, except as vast as his vocabulary.
Heterosexual.
He's headed up.
Wait, do head up. Definition. Head up.
Head up.
Head up.
Her husband is all head up about
Angry
something.
or
Angry or agitated. It's a word.
I mean, yeah.
They wouldn't do some
They're not just
weird
gonna make
random-
up some
yeah.
words.
It's got me very heterosexual right now. That's what this situation's done to me.
That just makes it sound like he's all bricked up. Remind me again
I'm
with this
headed
new
up.
legal act that means we're not allowed to touch the scene here.
All you have at me out, sunshine. It's a special dispensation for scientific equipment act.
We should just start replacing all these letters every time they come up with this.
Right.
Yes, I think Curly mentioned that recently. With a real twinkle in his eye, as I remember.
Yeah, maybe he is part of it.
Uh-oh. I'm sure he did, your ladyship. I'm sure he did. Passed especially for this great exhibition it was.
Welcome, Aldo.
Yes, although all scientists have to do is present their ideas or inventions to some seats in the civil service. And if it gets rubber stamped, that's a guarantee of rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality.
What does that really mean?
Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new inventions on display every day at this exhibition.
On average, 1 to 2 hours.
Although a good half of them are a load of cobblers, if you ask me, put forward by shammers like yourself.
Thanks for that.
Oh, I love how absurd some of the inventions here are. It's all so fun.
It might be fun for you, but a member of the force is to be present at every single demonstration. Can you imagine it? Hang science, that's what I say.
Hang science.
Hang science. Hang science, say the H's. I guess.
Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job.
You seem to think otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shammers' bogus contraptions.
But if they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point.
Well, there's a point, sadly.
Sorry?
Thanks to our government's bright ideas, if an ethereal invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant.
The scientists get funding?
Exactly. And that's what they're all after. All these shammers coming from far and wide to clog up Hyde Park. It was to keep them all safe, eh? It was to smile politely and welcome them. Us coppers, that's who. Now you can see why I say it now, can't you? Hang science. Hang it!
Oh, maybe I can
See your
read
points.
what that said.
Airbrain.
Just skips it, okay.
Apparently, Professor Airbrain lives and works in Germany now conducting his research.
That's right. Come back to Britain, especially for the Great Exhibition as I understand it. Probably after one of the government's research grants.
Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education. It turns out he was at university with someone we both know. Lord Van Zieks.
Oh! What's that? That's news to me. But if Van Zieks demands the prosecution and as accused, the professor's fate is...
Sealed? Because the Reaper will get him one way or another?
Blimey, that man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in that head of his. Talking of Van Zieks, this morning's paper ran a story of him being attacked. Read that?
What do you what?
I don't know. I'm trying to do that
The
accent.
accent is like going on. I can't even understand what you're saying.
It's okay, that's why we have subtitles.
I know. But Mr. Reaper is completely fine. Nothing to worry about.
That's right, glad to hear it. Still, the Reaper, how's long that business gonna keep up, I wonder?
The victim of this case, the investor, Mr. Asman. He was another one of the Reaper's victims, or so I heard.
Lord Barrett Van Zieks is a top-class prosecutor, but even he can't always push the right verdict through. Sometimes justice can't win.
Yes, I've heard about jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it?
Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected Van Zieks initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to see the deal in court.
Although the man himself denies that charge.
Well, we've done a very thorough investigation, and the conclusion we reached is that Lord Van Zieks is in no way related to the deaths of those people outside the courtroom. There's no question in my mind, I'd stake my reputation on it, I would.
But if that's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants couldn't just have coincidentally died if no one killed them.
I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? That's the whole point of the Reaper.
Professor Harebrain mentioned something else. He said that at university, Lord Van Zieks was a totally different person, easygoing and kind.
You what?
He said that it was after they both graduated that something happened to change the man.
You what, mate?
Do you have any idea what it was?
No clue.
Really?
I've got my hands full watching over this frustrating crime scene. Why don't you go and make a nuisance of yourself elsewhere?
Well, alright, mate.
Alright, mate. Alright, Governor.
Alright. I think we're done here.
Off you go, then.
Where do we even go?
I've no idea, I don't remember.
Maybe the professor has something for us at this point. Nope, he's not here. He's dead. Maybe Van Zeke says something for us.
Nope, no, I'm intimidated.
I love how
nope.
converse is not even an option. We can't even say hi.
Lord Van Zeke's.
Lord
Oh.
Van Zeke's.
He's ignoring you, Bruno.
Prosecution and defense should avoid speaking outside of the courtroom as a rule.
He's saying it should be a rule, not that it is. He just doesn't want to talk to us.
So if anyone is being rude here, it's most certainly the man in black there standing before us.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for setting the record straight. Did you see that? He spoke to me, Bruno.
So Lord Van Zeke's.
Yo, she's simping over Lord Van Zeke's.
I mean,
if
who
only
wouldn't?
she knew the sexism and racism.
No, he's just racist, I'm pretty sure.
You said that last time, but I'm pretty sure he's sexist.
No, we never proved that.
I'm gonna go back and take time out of my day to find this.
I hope you
part.
prove it.
And when I find it, you better freaking turn it into a short, because I'm gonna clip it and send it to you.
I hope you prove it. I truly do. Have you managed to visit the Great Exhibition yet?
He's definitely ignoring you.
Right, no niceties either then. Alright.
And then he just stares.
His pose, yeah. So intimidating. Shouldn't speak. Oh, his dude's gone.
Yeah.
Off to kill.
Okay, well.
What's the thing with that thing?
This
He
is
said
the model
Oh,
with
that's
the
right.
bear.
I
so yeah.
forgot,
Huh, where do I go? Yeah, let's just start moving through the locations.
No, no.
I'm sure you don't want
Not here,
anything.
not here. Not here either.
I don't know, maybe Sholmes has
yeah.
something for us.
Sholmes.
Nope.
No?
We've already
Oh,
talked
wait,
about
maybe Chief Justice.
Really?
that. I don't think so.
No. Is there a place where
Experimental
you can go
stage.
to?
Maybe there's something down below.
Yeah.
Ah, maybe you have something for us. No, you don't. You are
Do you not?
useless. Okay.
They were talking about the new.
Oh. For some reason, the ground is damaged in this spot. Look, almost as if there was a fire here or something.
Yes, if you look closely, there's some scattered ash and burnt embers too.
Well, I suppose there was a big explosion just above here. People probably wouldn't bat an eyelid at a small fire like this would have been.
I'm not sure we English are quite that laid back, Bruno.
Okay, well. Oh, ha! More evidence!
Oh, look, what's this? A ripped piece of cloth.
Blood on it.
It's not like any fabric I've ever seen before. It's very thick and stiff. Looks extremely durable.
Why do you emphasize thick and stiff for?
What do you mean?
Very
canvas,
thick
I
and
think.
stiff.
With some sort of rubber backing. And the edges appear to be a bit charred as well.
Maybe that means it has something to do with the explosion.
Let's make a note of it while Ginny's mid-yawn.
Hey, well, I guess we
Oh.
missed some evidence. Maybe there's something else we missed.
Bada boom.
The exhibitions. Oh, this is not what I wanted. Oh, wait. This platform must have been set up for the experiment, I suppose. It's very high up.
About 30 feet above the ground, apparently. That's what a policeman I just spoke to said.
I don't really understand feet very well. We don't use them in Japan. What are feet?
Oh yes, sorry. It's about 9 meters. But soon you'll have been in London a year, Bruno. It's time to get used to our measurements.
People in Japan. Just look at they're all walking on their hands. And a bunch of people on the road doing handstands.
Yes, well, this thing is so tall, the spectators at the front would just have seen a wall and nothing else.
They probably thought they'd secured the best spot to watch from, only to be disappointed.
There's a saying in Japan, the darkest spot is right under the White House. I feel like it probably applies here. I don't think that's a saying from Japan.
Darkest spot is right under the White House.
Yeah, that's like an actual saying.
Is that like implying that people who shine light on things have darkness right below them?
Oh my god.
No, that's not what it's implying. These stairs always lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where the
Mr.
experiment was being
Naruhodo, you're
conducted.
always trying to bring the truth to light. But maybe you killed him.
Oh my gosh.
Were you framed again? For the third time?
Third time, indeed.
Is there anything at the very bottom we can see? In that box we can't, right? Oh, don't take it. Nothing else?
Go up. Por favor.
That chain? No?
Hang low. I got nothing. It's not here then. Maybe now that we have that cloth, now we can go.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I just saw something for the first time. What's this? Oh.
What if it just freeform, let you look around? That'd be so crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I have something to present to you.
What if it takes it away from us?
It's fine. It's point of the game.
And the investigation.
Alright, that's nothing. What about this? Alright, nothing. Alright, well, what about this? Okay, well, you are fairly useless, I must say.
As a detective, you're fairly useless.
Aha! Inspector, have you read this paper?
Well, two welcome blasts back to back. This one at the exhibition and the Reaper getting attacked.
I know, terrible news to wake up to, wasn't it?
I tried to pretend I hadn't read it and turned over another 40 winks. Thanks to that, I was late up and got roasting from the super.
Some mornings are like that, aren't they? Oh, right, well, you are absolutely useless.
He's
to
like,
me.
yep, that's horrible news.
Where do I go? What do I do? Let's
Maybe
try
now,
talking to
maybe
Ginny.
now the prison. I don't know if that would have done anything. Maybe now.
How do I
For
go
sure,
back
there's
down?
nothing left to inspect.
I
don't
don't
know
think
how
so.
you go back down.
I'm just gonna
You
go out,
leave,
go
yeah,
back
you
in.
even go back. Oh my gosh.
So I don't
He's
know.
like the final boss.
It's just so funny.
He's
'cause he's
literally
just staring at you.
like Sephiroth. Just give him a sword in his hand, and he's a Dark Souls boss with them.
Oh wait, I have to.
Oh,
I should examine
examine
this
this.
thing. Yeah. It looks like layers of a thick canvas with a thick rubber lining of sorts. I've never seen anything like it
Say
before.
that? and
Yeah, they
freaking-
did.
But applying Mr. Sholmes' methods, you might deduce it was part of a raincoat worn by someone who really didn't want to get wet. And the charring must have occurred when the person was struck by lightning.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Or maybe not. Alright, well, this was a pointless endeavor.
Green rubber canvas.
The murderer is Gina, she did it.
Ah.
Gina, would you take a look? Okay, never mind. Alright, she has nothing for me. Take
Do you
this.
normally have to present stuff like this to people?
Sometimes, yeah. Looks like no one has anything for me though.
Okay. Maybe Reaper. You them to the Reaper.
Perhaps.
I'm kind of terrified to go back there. Let's go to the prison first.
Yeah, the prison would be my next guess too. Nope. It's gonna be another one of those stupid didn't look at the back of the poster.
I can't think of this.
Okay, we
The
can't even
music
present.
is so intense.
We can't even present, so this isn't where we're supposed to be.
Show
It's
the
like
sweet. Show
Dracula.
the sweet.
Okay, we must have missed
Not look
something.
around.
No.
Like what? Should I look up where
Why
we
does
were
this always
last time?
happen? It's so like we're like, how do we
I'm
miss
looking
stuff?
it up.
We always miss like one thing.
We can examine the tea set.
Yeah, but I think we all examined that already.
Maybe it has something to do with.
I'm so certain we just missed something around here. Oh wait. Yeah, I think if you
Can I not
notice.
look it
No, look it up. But like, personally, I like to tinker around this place some more. So there's still something here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's still something here.
This is episode 5.
3. We're only on episode 3.
Oh my gosh.
We're only halfway through this game.
We haven't even started the next part.
What do you mean?
This is just a continuation of the first
Or
part
there.
that we finished.
Wait, click down. Click there.
Aha. These stairs obviously lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where the experiment was being conducted.
That's what we were missing. That's what we missed.
Yep. This is exactly what we missed. Okay, what are we missing? Is there something I didn't examine? Let me look at my evidence.
Is this
Oh.
part 2?
We can
Episode
examine
3?
this.
I don't know. We might only found part 1, honestly. Alright, here we go. I'm examining the crossbow now. Ah, there's some sort of lever here.
It's inscribed with the feathered circle.
Oh, it actually is a crossbow. Oh, that's kind of sick, actually. What the? What is this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun.
A crossbow.
I think it's probably a cross gun, obviously. I think it's a bow gun. Actually, that's the thing, I think. I think it's probably used for the same thing, too. Oh, haha,
There
yes.
we go.
I think we did it. I think that was it, actually. I think we just have to discover this crossbow.
Is there any more examining on it? Backside of it. Oh.
It looks like you wind this around in order to draw the bowstring back and create tension. You must be able to fire arrows with a huge amount of force using this device then. In fact, I would imagine it's far more accurate and powerful than a Japanese longbow. I really had no idea what I was picking up when I spotted this at the exhibition grounds. Okay, well. Nope. Alright, looks like that's all there is to this. But I think that's it. I think that's honestly what we're missing. Just in case, let's look at all the other pieces of evidence. There's nothing on this one.
Wait, but why does it let us zoom in like that?
I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
I guess we haven't examined this story yet. The Reaper attacked. It's the kingpins of the criminal underworld generally managing to escape conviction in the Reaper's trials. And this isn't the first time their henchmen have tried to attack Lord Van Zieks as a result, by the sound of it. If it makes you think, if that's how the justice system works in London, then there must be dark forces at work. Okay, well, I think we're done. I think we got everything we needed.
Is there anything else on this paper that we can examine? But I saw one thing on the London Crystal Tower thing.
Nope, I think we're good. Okay, let's perhaps present about the crossbow and then move out of here. Okay, you have nothing. Let's go talk to Gina.
Me? Gina, let's try.
Yeah.
Yeah, examine above her.
Examine above her.
Yeah. Examine above her.
Oh! Wait, we did this though. Oh, we did do this.
But click it though.
Not
I
that
guess
one.
we missed some things. That's where the cove ended up after his instant kinesis or whatever they call it. Dead, of course. And yet they're calling the experiment a success.
Oh, sorry. What's the one in the scaffold there for?
The coppers, our lads sent that up after the incident happened. To get the body down, I think. Don't know, really. Didn't you help to erect the scaffold then? Nah, lookout duty's more my thing. Wandering around the exhibition and keeping a lookout for fun stuff. Mind Gregson doesn't hear you saying that, it'll give you the boot. It's incredible though, isn't it? I mean, could the victim really have bridged that gap by some sort of invisible kinesis? Oh, finally!
Oh my god.
Missed one thing. Two things.
Bruno, listen.
What is it?
I've been thinking. Really might know something, wouldn't he?
It says mightn't he? Could you get with the times?
Mightn't he? Is that what she said?
That is what she said. About what?
About Mr. Reaper.
About what happened to Lord Van Zieks, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. Something that completely changed his life. Maybe, but I have no idea where to find Mr. Sholmes at the moment. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he?
Here, this is what you need.
But what's this? Some kind of entrance ticket? Madam, 2 spells? Is this supposed to mean something to you?
You don't know it? It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment. It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you'd like.
No, we don't have time for visiting attractions today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow.
But that's where Hurley is.
What? At this popular London attraction?
Yes.
How is it that you know where he is?
Hurley told me. But he told me to keep it a secret from you, Bruno.
Madam Tuspells. 2 spells? 2 spells? 2 spells? I don't know. I don't see how it could be related to the case we're investigating here, but then stranger things have happened, and when they happen, Mr. Sholmes is usually at the heart of them. Alright, we have our next location.
Madam.
It's a wax museum.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what is this place? Look at all these terrifying scenes. Well, why are all the people so still? Guillotines? Ruthless murderers? I know what I'll be dreaming about tonight.
They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they?
And then they're gonna think that this guy's a wax model, but he's alive.
Yeah. What
Classic
do you think, Bruno? Shocked?
Wax models? Ah! I read about dead bodies and wax once in the magazine about strange phenomenon. Depending on how corpses are kept after death, parts of them can be turned into wax. Apparently, it's
Stop talking about creepy things.
I can't even say that. How do you read that?
Stop talking about creepy things like that, Bruno. You're scaring me. Anyway.
The greyish waxy substance formed by the decomposition of soft tissue.
Doesn't form readily, you know. It's only in very specific. What now?
I've just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomenon. There was an old lady, maybe a witch, who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display.
None of the exhibits in here are real. They're all entirely man-made replicas.
And entirely different art styles.
Yeah.
They can't be. Do you really expect me to believe that? Just look at them.
Oh.
There's no way anybody could make models of people that are this realistic.
Oh my.
And they're all such gruesome scenes. Wait.
What is it?
Oh, no, I must be seeing things.
What is the hand under there?
Well, time to examine. Is this an arm?
It looks like an arm, doesn't it? Maybe one of the waxwork models has fallen over.
You don't think it would be work of one of the mass murderers in here, do you?
Bruno, stop scaring me.
Is it a wax arm or a real one?
Come on, you're always pointing that finger of yours in court. Poke that arm now and see how it feels.
Objection! These models are so well made, I can't tell what's a waxwork and what's a real human.
Or maybe all the exhibits are real people. And when it's closing time and all the visitors have gone home, they suddenly start moving about.
Night at the museum, all over again. Just thinking about it makes me wish it was closing time already and I was on my way home. Now, there's a lot to examine in this room. That big heavy curtain is in a prominent position, isn't it? I have a nasty feeling there's going to be something truly terrifying behind it.
Oh yes, that's the famous Tuscal's special exhibit. It depicts one of England's most notorious killers. Do you want to pay the extra fee and have a look?
Pay more money to be even more terrified? Ooh, let me think about that for a moment.
It was only a suggestion.
Is this some infamous murderer?
Yes, called Jane the Ripper.
Oh my gosh.
All her victims were young women.
Oh my god.
Wait, how come the victims are the same? Wasn't all Jack the Ripper's victims all
young
young women too?
Boys, yeah.
I knew it! You can tell by the way she's holding the knife. Sure sign of a murderer.
I think it's meant to be a...
Well, yes.
Okay. Ah!
What's the matter, Bruno?
I've worked it out. I know what she's doing. She's trying to fill the bathtub with blood so she can have a soak in her victim's gore.
Not according to the information about the exhibit on the little board here. It doesn't mention anything about the bathtub.
Really?
Sorry, I don't think it's significant. Bobbing.
I still think it has to be there for a reason.
Yeah.
Broken like a true ace attorney. Alright. Please do not touch the statues. Statues available. Please statues available. Please inquire. Alright, let's talk to the oh, it won't let us talk to him yet.
Oh, that's a funny place for a little ladder. What is it? Is something wrong?
No, it's just that in Japanese we have a totally different word for a ladder that folds in half like that. Oh my gosh.
We do in English too, you know. It's a step ladder, or just steps.
Classic step ladder pun. Alright, keep going.
So be careful of making assumptions about other cultures, Bruno. That's how wars are started.
Wow. I didn't realize step ladders were an international point of contention, but the writer makes an astute point. This joke is in every game.
Step ladders?
Step
Why?
ladders and ladders. There's always a joke that like they either call a step ladder just a ladder or they call like a ladder a step ladder. And I don't know, but it's just a running gag in every single Ace Attorney game.
Weird.
Alright, well, looks like it's time to talk to Sholmes. Ugh, is this an example of a Western Sujigiri? Isn't a Sujigiri, I guess, oh, okay, he's saying like a Western Japanese thing.
I don't know what that is.
You know, when an unscrupulous samurai randomly attacks a passerby to test his sword.
Oh, I still don't know, no. But actually, a waxwork samurai would probably be hugely popular. Could you model it, do you think, Bruno? Doing that Sujigiri thing you mentioned.
Well, I do have a sword, but I have no intention of testing how sharp it is on a human subject. For now, at least. It's a great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes has his own wax statue in here? Really?
Well, he is world famous after all.
It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? It makes my skin crawl to look at it.
I know. But look, Bruno, you can kick this Hurley, and he doesn't have to move a muscle.
Why would you kick the statues? What was that? You can't go around kicking the...
What?
She's like, you can
So
just
she
kick
kicks
these...
him. Just watch here.
She's like, you can kick this,
You
Mr.
can
Herlock
s-
Sholmes,
you can,
without him moving a muscle.
Does he kick
Oh
it?
no, this is late. This is like old.
Oh.
You can go around kicking the exhibit. You can't go around kicking exhibits, Iris. Wait, it just moved. I'm sure, and not just a little bit either.
Really? Did it?
And look closely. There are beads of sweat on the face of this waxwork model. Kick it again. Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look. There's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing. My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such a manner, as if you've seen something truly abhorrent. Mr. Sholmes, I knew it.
You kick this Hurley, and he doesn't move a muscle.
It's that far behind?
Yeah, watch.
Oh my
She
god.
kicks it,
That stream's not
and then
that far
watch
behind.
behind, like as she's talking, and he's like, "You shouldn't do that." He's like, "Oh."
The stream's not that
That was
far
very
behind.
laughing.
This is where the stream's at.
Oh.
Iris,
funny.
Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Mr. Naruhodo. I just imagine this is what Mr. Sholmes does in his spare time. He just comes to this exhibit and just stands there as a wax statue.
Just to mess with people.
Temporary waxwork? What do you mean? And that kick! Could you not have exercised a little more restraint? You winded me!
But Bruno has something he needs to tell you or ask you.
Ah, a question.
And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too.
Wait, actually, is this what he actually does?
So here we are. No
Wait.
way.
No way.
Well, I can't deny that your timing was impeccable. A mere 2 minutes more being stationed. He actually does this on his weekends. Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
And my
Seems just
great
like-
brain.
Kind of creepy. Because I mean, people are gonna be going up to him like, "Wow, this
No,
looks
it's
so
it's like those
real."
YouTube pranks, you know, where people
Yeah.
pretend like
He's
they're
just in it for the
mannequins.
thrill.
I guess.
And
But
my great brain,
Does he
upon
ever like
which,
ever surprise people though? He just
I don't
stands
know.
there.
upon which all my success has been built, would have turned to wax. Thank goodness we arrived in time. Indeed, in many ways, the pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss.
Oh, Hurley, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you?
Average.
He could know something, it's true, about Lord Van Zeeks and what happened in the past to change him. Now that you're here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance? For you're in luck, I'm suddenly quite taken with the idea of conversing. Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry. And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. A most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken. Really? Moreover,
It's probably why he's here.
I have a strong suspicion that it is related to the matter about which you've come to me now. But how could it be? We shall speak again presently, my dear, but for now I must return to my work.
My dear.
My dear fellow.
What, back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit?
What about him? He's definitely not a wax.
Yeah, but I don't think we can talk, we can talk to him now. These models are... Wait, we examined this earlier.
That's how Hurley gets away with making himself a temporary exhibit for the day.
Maybe there are other people posing as exhibits in here then.
Or maybe all the exhibits are really sweet at this one.
Yep. Okay. So I guess we just can't talk. I'm assuming at some point we'll get to talk to him, but just not yet.
Yeah.
But you can tell it's actually like I think like you can see the scarf move.
Can we examine more?
No, I'm sure there's nothing. I'm sure we've examined everything. Let's converse with the statue.
We were sure with the other place too.
Oh, there's a lot.
What is this place? Oh, he actually moved. Madame Tuspels came to London from France 3 years ago, I understand. Since she opened this little waxwork museum last year, it's enjoyed great popularity in London. There are museums like this in Japan too, but these displays are something else. I mean, the art's made from actual real people, are they? The extreme realism of these waxwork models is a particular secret of the Tuspels family, they say. They've earned renown during the French Revolution for waxwork of victims of the guillotine. Ugh, that sounds grim. The gruesome scenes were portrayed with such realism in the expressions of the faces of the condemned.
Apparently, sculptors would make the models directly from the corpses, right there at the site of the execution.
That really turns my stomach.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I literally thought he was that really turns me on. When that really turns, and then there was an M, I was like, he's not about to say that really turns me on. I just have never heard the phrase that really turns my stomach.
But
really?
Still, either way.
Well, I'm reading it. That really turns, and then I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh.
That's just one of the several legends about the Tuspels family. Whether there's any truth in it, I couldn't say. But anyway, this museum houses models of famous people from all over the globe. Nevertheless, the most popular of the museum by quite some margin is this House of Horrors. House of Horrors? Of course, visitors' numbers are dwindling now as a result of the Great Exhibition. But people usually flock here to see the exhibits of some of London's most vile criminals at their gruesome work. Naturally, some of the miscreants portrayed here were sent to the gallows. So they are even stiffer now than the models of them. Have you heard of poor taste? My dear fellow, the public live for poor taste. They yearn to be shocked. So the hideous exhibits in here are... Oh.
They're all portrayals of real events that actually took place.
Is it just me or did the temperature in here just seem to drop? Anyway, I advise you not to think too deeply about what you see here. Oh, he's back to being waxwork, is he? What do you mean by a temporary waxwork, Mr. Sholmes? Exactly what you see. I'm a part of the exhibits here, catching these criminals in the act. Catching them? Every half an hour, I home in on a different killer in one of the displays and adopt a new pose to ensnare him. When members of the public come for a closer look, I offer them my hand to shake. See, he's literally, he's a YouTuber in past times. For a shilling, I'll happily allow them to take a photograph with us.
Oh my god.
Us? Does he mean him and the waxwork murderers in here? But why, Mr. Sholmes? My dear fellows, isn't it obvious? For the money!
Holy crap.
He really roared at me there, very fitting for the House of Horrors. As it stands, I may struggle to pay this month's rent, and I have the ravenous iris to consider.
Oh, Hurley, I'm so hungry.
Oh my god.
If push comes to shove, I shall have to ask you to do your bit, Mr. Naruhodo. What's he threatening to roll me into now? Time to come and join him on the weekends. So with that in mind, how about a photograph? As a special treat, you may have your pick of the murderers and scoundrels in here. The choice is yours. Maybe some other time. Remember, Mr. Naruhodo, ignore me at your peril. Back to being a waxwork again. Is it just me, or did his final remark there sound a lot like a curse?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, what is it you'd like to ask me then? Actually, it's about Lord Van Zieks. Our friend Mr. Reaper. How did you find him? Well, I trust.
Like a final boss.
And so I filled Mr. Sholmes in about everything I learned. About Lord Van Zieks, about Professor Harebrain, and about the strange coincidence that they had been at the university together.
Thank you for doing that. I just want to recognize the game actually didn't make us sit through pointless dialogue for 30 minutes and repeat itself for no reason. That's amazing. Can we keep that up?
Maybe
Can
they started.
we keep that up?
Maybe they started learning things as they made the games, you know. So I'm wondering what it was that happened to make Lord Van Dijk such a different person.
I was sure that you'd know, Hurley.
You said there was something going on here in this exhibit hall before, that something was afoot, and that you believed it was related to what I wanted to ask you about. Mr. Sholmes? He suddenly clammed up. Well, it seems we've... Oh, you got it bad. All you bad.
Oh, I'm the Wicked Witch of the East?
The Wicked Witch of the East.
Okay, let's, now I got this.
Okay. Oh, hello.
I haven't talked the whole time.
British accent.
I'm not, I can't do a girl British accent.
You can.
I can do a witch, though.
Where did she appear from? And what's she wearing? Could she look any more mysterious?
Oh, she had red eyes.
I hope you are visiting my museum.
Sorry, have we, Mr. Sholmes, do you know this? Not again!
My apologies, I'm Esmeralda Daicosmos. This is my museum of waxwork.
You have a interesting voice. You have the Madame Tuspels? Tuspels? I really wish.
Two spells.
Only 26 years young, I might add.
Oh, really? You don't quite sound that way.
I'm a smoker.
Is that significant somehow?
I'm a madam in England. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi.
Right.
Firstly, I must apologize for my waxworks. Or rather, one waxwork in particular.
That'll be Mr. Sholmes then.
You want to do her?
He's getting tired of the witch voice.
Nah, you got her now. It's set. It's been.
I was
imprinted
yet
on
to
everyone's
be
minds.
a great detective, but he seems unable to settle.
Got rude.
Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble.
Oh my gosh. She sounds totally serious.
Oh my god.
That's a problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Sholmes about Lord Van Zieks now?
Let's not forget what Hurley said before. About something being afoot right here in the museum, I mean.
Yes, I know, but
I'm so curious. I want to know what's happening here.
haven't we got enough on our plate already? Alright, tell me what you know. Did you make all these waxworks, Madam Tuspels?
I did. I'm the third generation of waxwork artisans, you know.
Gosh,
Oh.
It was
my grandfather.
my grandmother
Mother.
who began the tradition in my family. Her fortunes were
Checkered, I think.
checkered.
I think it's just checkered.
Checkered. Living through the turbulent times of the French Revolution, yes she did. Though that is when she acquired the savoir-faire.
How do you say that?
Savoir-faire?
Savoir-faire! That leads to that astonishing lifelessness.
All these waxworks really do look as though they're alive. In fact, they look more alive than Hurley.
What you see exhibited here represents the most atrocious of London's criminal past. All the waxworks were created in the presence of real people, on which they are modeled, in the hours immediately following the executions. That is the secret to the extraordinary life-likeness.
That sounds terrifying.
All walks of life have similar challenges, I'm sure. To carry out one's trade for excellence, one must go to extraordinary lengths. My exhibits are a reflection of society. I create only that which the public wishes to see.
Oh, why couldn't the public have wished for something less horrifying?
Do not fear!
Sorry?
This room is the only one in the museum with such a macabre theme. I do hope you'll explore. There are models of famous singers, actors, politicians. Something for every taste, I hope.
It was Iris who dragged me straight here, come to think of it.
Sorry, perhaps I should have eased you into things.
What's the situation with that?
My temporary waxwork model. He approached me some days ago, you see, with a business proposal.
Oh, what sort of proposal? My dear madam, what these sparse exhibits need is the addition of a world-famous great detective.
Words to that effect.
Ha!
Naturally, I'm well aware that Mr. Schultz is widely known in London as a talented detective.
It's great detective, actually. He's very specific about it.
Yes, the creme de la creme. So I was keen to keep to some arrangement with him, of course. But sadly, we weren't able to agree terms.
Let me guess. Someone wanted to charge an exorbitant amount of prices for his services. For a mere £500, I will dive into your cauldron of wax this very moment.
But
Wow.
Words to that effect.
Mr. Scholes might have overdone it slightly with the sales pitch.
Regrettably, the museum has a shortage of funds at the moment due to unforeseen circumstances. So we came to the current arrangement instead.
Surely he doesn't really need to do what he's doing, though, does he?
I would think not, but he was very insistent.
I have a 50-shilling problem that must be resolved by the morning.
Words to that effect.
it's a pawnbroker, that's what it is. Must have something to redeem.
Is the consulting detective work not going so well? I wonder, could I ask you something?
Bien sûr.
I'm just curious, is anything going on in the museum at the moment? Some kind of incident, perhaps?
Like I said, Naruto, we have something for everyone. Whoever suggested such a thing to you?
Oh, well, it was your temporary waxwork over there who mentioned it to me a little. Oh, he's disappeared.
That's not me.
Who could it possibly be? Alright, buddy, got this.
A wax model is a work of art, not some tawdry object for trade.
Ah. Oh, no, it's just him. But why? Why were there question marks? What was the point of that? But there you
That is
are.
Sherlock Holmes voice.
Leaving the exhibit again when you should be working? You wish to be melted down.
My dear Madam Tuspills, save your reprimands. There are more pressing concerns. The wax can wait. It's our ideas about your current problem we must throw into the melting pot instead. Personally, I would advise you not to involve the police.
I have not.
She's turned as white as a sheet. Because you have at your disposal. You have here a disposable detective whose services you may employ for a mere 50 shillings.
Oh my.
She killed someone. Someone fell into her wax vat. Though please be aware that I insist upon payment in advance.
That's what I need to say. That's my line right there.
Very well. Let's see if the great detective is able to live up to his name, shall we?
Before I engage my analytical processes, I must ask you to clarify something.
Why is it?
The
What?
dead body's in the basement.
Prey is behind the curtain.
That is the Dust special exhibit. There's an extra charge to see it.
Ah, the special exhibit of the House of Horrors. It must depict a serial killer, then, I presume.
Special killer. What I said.
Special.
Not serial.
He's grabbing her hat. He's pointing,
Oh,
but it
don't
looks
say
like he's
special.
grabbing her hat. He's just pointing, but he's
It
totally
does.
like grabbing
does,
the tip of her
that's-
hat.
Would you be so kind as to hand me your hat, madam?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. There's nothing amiss behind there.
Nothing amiss, madam. What about the arm protruding ominously from under the curtain?
No.
How do you miss that? I strongly encourage you to allow me to see what lies
We'll
beyond
put that there.
before the situation worsens.
Put that.
Yes, very well. I will draw back the curtains.
but only soupcon.
Soupçon.
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 I like soup con more.
The body. Oh.
It's a body past its peak. I must confess, I peeked behind the curtain earlier. The two-spell special exhibit is a very bleak graveyard scene indeed. And yet, somewhat surprisingly, the waxwork killer one would expect is nowhere to be seen. What does strike one, however? Is this portly gentleman lying peacefully on his back on the floor?
Surely they wouldn't render a 3D model if he was actually dead. Surely not.
Well, then perhaps, Mr. Sholmes, that man on the floor is the ruthless killer himself. I'm afraid not, my dear fellow. He's a perfectly ordinary London gentleman. Not even a waxwork, in fact. What? As skillfully made as these waxworks are, they are always distinguishable from real humans. So allow me to present my two conclusions. The first is that a sizable business transaction has been taking place in this special exhibit.
Why would you say that?
And the second is that the aforementioned transaction is linked to a serious crime.
No!
She looks as pale as a candle wax.
As pale as a candle wax?
As pale as a candle wax.
I don't understand.
So, Madame Two-Spell, as you've agreed to my fee, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work. Quick, I actually have my hat here for once.
Finally, put to good use. Doesn't it usually up there?
No.
Nice. Worth. Man, that was so long ago that you bought
because
that.
I always forget it to bring it. All right, guys, I'm ready.
Look at that, the great detective.
You need to wear it every time.
Every time
Just
we
like
play the
Just
Every
start wearing
time
me
we
playing
play.
the
Yeah.
game. All right, we can do that, I guess. To begin with, we must ask ourselves what exactly is afoot here in the museum. The answer is revealed by the bundle of banknotes protruding so helpfully from your bag. In my estimation, some £200.
That is all my own money.
So what does this large sum of money reveal? Ah, not as much as the involuntary glance you cast, it would seem, Madame Two-Spells. Yes, the answer lies where your eyes now fall. The significance of the £200 is revealed by that public notice. Waxwork for sale. Your business has hit hard times, it would seem. In short, you sold the infamous killer the centerpiece of your special exhibit for the sum of £200.
No.
Now let us explore the next curiosity with which we are presented. Who is the portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor? It will appear the man has suffered a severe shock, the cause of which is clearly known to you.
No.
Unfortunately, madam, keeping secrets does not appear to be your forte. What dealt the man such a shocking blow was, of course, the £200. She smacked him over the head right over with those banknotes.
goodness.
It would appear that you've twisted this gentleman around your little finger most effectively. What are you... Oh.
What are you suggesting?
He rashly agreed to purchase the waxwork for the sum of £200. Only when he came to hand the money over did it occur to him what an extortionate amount he was paying. But the money was no longer in his hands. And the result? The scene we see before us, he collapsed in shock for buying,
Oh my
for making a purchase. Yes, the killer in this special exhibit fetched the killer price. We can only pray that the gentleman's dreams are not plagued with regret.
Wow, that was only topic number 1.
Indeed. The question that arises then is what has become of the waxwork that changed hands? Let us consider that problem for a moment.
You couldn't possibly.
What immediately strikes me about this conundrum is the young man standing over there.
He looks
Who is
like
this?
not waxed.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
he's
You can tell he's a 3D model.
Yeah.
Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we only need to observe his neckerchief. Such as is worn by policemen as a secret sign to fellow members of the force that a crime is being perpetrated. Yes, this young man is an undercover policeman and currently investigating this museum. I know him well, in fact. It's Sergeant John Clay.
What are you talking about?
The man's quite a celebrity. He received triple accolades at last year's policing awards. Next, we turn our attention to the old man sat before him with a particularly unsightly visage. I've been watching closely, and he hasn't moved a muscle, almost in fact, as if he were a waxwork.
Oh, but you.
Your reaction only confirms my suspicions, madam. I noticed it at once, of course. Observe! The telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is the obvious price tag. Rupins? A tragically low price, you might say. Though perhaps the going rate for aging waxworks is riddled with cracks. Perhaps the going rate for aging waxworks riddled with... I don't get it. Whatever. And yet you sold it to the portly gentleman for an exorbitant £200. The sort of plucky behavior that's sure to attract the attention of Scotland Yard. Isn't that so, madam?
I do not.
That's really his meeples.
Yeah.
Yes, the waxwork you
voice
sold
is
has
that?
already been seized by the police and remains in their custody as we speak. The old man must be united with his grave in the special exhibit and not a moment too soon. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle.
Nice.
I see I've stunned you all into silence.
What if we all collapse?
You
think
have,
we killed
Hurley, you
everyone?
have. You've obviously upset this young lady in the process. Her cauldron looks awfully hot.
If I could just bring up 1 point, Mr. Sholmes. The notorious Naruhodo, 1 point. I'm all ears, my dear fellow. According to your deduction, then, the special exhibit featured this old policeman. So that would mean he's the particularly ruthless murderer, wouldn't it? The killer policeman, Ottermole. Sorry? It was a mysterious series of murders that rattled the capital only last year. The police rushed to the scene every time, only to find the culprit had disappeared into the ether.
And it turned out the culprit was a policeman himself, a senior officer by the name of Ottermole.
So you mean that's who the sinister-looking old man there is supposed to be? Indeed, it is a particularly grim face, is it not? Unforgettable, in fact. Yes, I remember that odious countenance only too well. But is the 200 pounds of a lot of... Is 200 pounds a lot of money for a
Wait,
wax model?
How come we didn't correct his thing?
I'm sure we will. It would be enough to afford
He
one
just isn't
of
doing
the...
his music anymore.
We'll get to it. It would be enough to afford one of the latest steam carriages, if that puts things in perspective. So it is quite a lot then.
Whoa, it's team coming at this from.
It's done that every time.
Is there,
What? It
Every
has?
time the cauldron has come up, yeah.
I've never noticed it.
Wow.
is there anything else you wish to add?
First the Ferris wheel, now this.
Before I melt you down.
That bubbling wax is looking more and more ominous.
Does wax turn that color when it's bubbling?
The smell of all that molten wax is starting to worry me. Depends on the toilet.
I mean, if it's molten wax, I think so, yeah. Mr. Sholmes did more or less just accuse her to her face, so I think I might have to call in your assistance here, Iris, if that's alright. To make some minor corrections to the great detective's great deductions. See? Just had to wait.
I'm just saying, usually I feel like
Of course
throughout the whole
it's
thing
alright.
it does his theme.
I feel like we usually
We'll
don't
soon
keep
set
talking,
things straight.
because like, we're like, oh, this guy's an idiot. Time to do some work.
Yeah.
Well, let's get started then, shall we? Before Madame Tussbells vents her anger. Just what I was waiting to hear, my dear fellow. So, Madame Tussbills, in accordance with our agreement, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work. Hats off, let's go.
Hold it.
Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. To begin with, okay, I mean, we've already heard what you have to say. All right, let's go. Here we go. She definitely looked in this direction. It's true.
But I'm not sure she'd sell any of your waxworks, even for 200 pounds.
Oh.
She must pour her heart and soul into making them, don't you think? Over and above the wax. If it were me, I wouldn't sell them for anything.
For that much money, I would. But it sounds like that makes me a bad person. Oh, well, anyway, I wonder if
my mentality. I'd sell that.
I wonder if the 200 pounds could have some other significance.
Let's follow that furtive glance again and see if there's anything else that could explain it. Oh.
Yep.
Wow, how convenient.
Wow.
What's that note doing pinned on the wall there?
Oh yes, let's see. Dear Madame Tussbills, we've taken the prisoner from this room. The price for his safe return is 200 pounds. Have the money ready by the noon on 23rd of October.
What?
This is, it's just like the sort of thing that's left behind when someone is kidnapped.
Yes, it's a ransom note.
For a wax statue. Exactly. Alright, let's present it.
You have to...
Looks like that's wrong.
Take that. The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by that ransom note. Quite so, and we must congratulate these criminals on their inventiveness, abducting a waxwork. 200 pounds is no small ransom fee, yet you clearly intend to pay it.
The madam in question has special importance. I put together all the money I have.
In summary, then the 200 pounds you have in your handbag is ransom money. Now let us explore the next curiosity to which we are presented.
You know what I would do if I was making this game?
What?
The very last chapter, I would have Herlock Sholmes do one of these, but be correct. Everything.
I'm sure that's actually gonna happen.
final
Oh, I'm sure that's
Really?
actually gonna. I'm sure that's
It'd be
gonna happen.
so funny. And then
Oh,
at the end, we're
it's a
like,
great question.
wait a minute, that actually sounds polite, Mr. Sholmes.
I just feel like that's gonna happen. So if the waxwork was kidnapped, where does that leave us in terms of who this man is?
Oh, sorry. We can just ask him where he comes round.
I think the point of this exercise is to understand the beauty of the deduction process, Iris.
Yes, you're right. Hurley's trying so hard, we mustn't let him down.
Well, there's little doubt that he suffered a shock. That much seems
How do
clear.
we skip that many?
I was just holding down the click while I was talking to you. But in that case, Madame
I was like
Tussbills,
watching you skip it. I was like, did we already go over this? Or
what's Madame Tussbills trying to hide? Let's have a closer look around.
That was, of course,
Uh,
blow. Keep going around.
Can I not is it
Okay,
is
wait,
it
go the
Madame
other way?
Tussbills? It's like centered around her. Like I can't
Yeah.
not
Oh, wait,
get
what's
away.
over there? Oh, just kidding. It's just the people.
What dealt the man shock? Of course, it's up to 200 pounds.
What's in her other hand? Back there. Yeah.
Aha.
Nothing.
Oh, it's the.
Oh,
yeah,
just click
it's
it.
a
though.
hand holding a hand.
Click it, click it.
She's holding a
hand.
waxwork hand.
Oh, what the heck?
This is just Madame Tussbills'
like,
right hand,
isn't
isn't it? Oh. Yes, it must be. I can clearly see her left hand after all.
Oh, but wait a minute. This is a left hand as well. Look.
Don't say such creepy things, Iris, please.
I feel like we got so lucky actually figuring out what the two things for this thing was.
Ah, I mean, I don't think we're that lucky.
I feel like we wouldn't have even noticed it. I don't know.
Well,
And
I
it seems
literally
very
noticed it.
stiff too.
What do you
Yeah,
mean you don't think we would have
where did
noticed
this
it?
come
I
from,
literally
then?
noticed it.
I don't know. We were very quick to notice things.
Come on, over here making it seem like it's just luck. Man, we got so lucky with that. I'm over here like, yeah, okay. Thank you for making me feel just stupid.
In fact, it's really hard.
You mean?
Next time you accomplish
It's
something,
made of
I'm
wax.
just gonna drop that sentence on you. Like, man, we got real lucky there. And you're just gonna go, yeah, okay.
Take that!
Take that. All right.
Boom.
What dealt the man such a shocking blow was, of course, the waxwork hand. Oh, wrong voice. Indeed, with the solid waxwork limb, one could deliver a very substantial blow.
How could you?
The hand protruding from the bottom of your cape, it ought to be a right hand, but closer inspection reveals that it is in fact a left hand.
Ow!
And somewhat masculine as well. In other words, it does not belong to you, madam. It is the hand of a waxwork model.
Oh,
That's not just a hand, holy crap.
Some of the visitors to my museum can be troublesome. They meddle with exhibits and cause damage.
So you mean that arm?
Yes, this gentleman saw fit to try to remove it as a souvenir.
No small keepsake. Like taking a whole branch of a cherry tree when you go to view the blossoms.
I'm afraid I had to teach the man a lesson.
You confronted the man and tried to take the arm back. And the result, the scene we see before us, he was knocked unconscious. Our points we may need to revisit later, but for the time being, we have our conclusion. Yes, the killer in this special exhibit has been kidnapped. I mean, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
so
wax.
there's a ransom note? Yeah, the wax.
The wax killer.
Yeah.
The question then arises. Yeah, okay, let's see. We've read this. Yep.
Wait,
Going.
wait, wait,
They've read
Oh,
this.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, according to Mr. Sholmes, the yellow neckerchief is assigned to other policemen that some crime is underway.
A way of communicating with his colleagues without revealing his identity, yes. Is a secret that's closely guarded by Scotland Yard.
That Mr. Sholmes didn't hesitate to give away.
Well, uncovering secrets is in any true detective's nature, of course.
Right. Anyway, judging from Madame Tuspel's reaction to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, I think perhaps we might not have identified the man quite correctly. Oh. He's actually a max model. What the? The man has a stub sticking out of his shoulder where his arm should be.
Ah, well, that settles that then.
Right, this isn't a real person at all.
His entire arm's been ripped off from the shoulder down.
His arm's been. Of course, that ties in with what we just found out.
Take that!
Maybe he's just amputee.
You're right.
Watch, it's all fun and games until he does a little animation where he goes, and barely looks up and you see his eye. And it's red.
Oh my.
Who is this fellow? To find the answer, we only need to observe his shoulder stub. No such boneless human walks this earth, of that I assure you. In other words, the man standing here, the young Sergeant John Clay, is in fact defying all odds a waxwork model. I seem to remember it was you who concluded he was a real person in the first place, Mr. Schultz.
He has become quite a celebrity in London, being the winner of no less than 3 policing awards last year. I simply had to make a model of the man.
Naturally, what other explanation could there be? And it was this detective's arm that was pulled off by the man on the floor in the special exhibit, wasn't it? Next, we turn our... Yeah, okay.
So he's probably also a model.
No, he's a real person. Because he's saying that he's a model, but he's a real person. He literally just switched which one was the real person and which
Whether
was
or
the model.
not.
A killer policeman called Ottermole, was it? Was he well known?
It was all over the papers last year, but I can't say I know what he looks like. Very low price though. Threepence isn't much money.
Only enough for a few measly
That's
hours
just
of
his-
gas and Mr.
that's
Garretiff's
just
life of
his
lodgings
scarf.
effect.
Bought the scarf.
Yep. So this is the killer, the special killer taken from the special exhibit, is it? The waxwork that somebody stole from the museum and tried to ransom for 200 pounds. Is this crusty old killer policeman Ottermole? Really?
Crusty.
Perhaps we should have a good look around again and see if another idea crops up.
Yeah, how do we...
His handkerchief
Oh.
and his leg.
Wow. All right.
Look at this! The old man's tapping his foot like crazy.
He seems to be fast asleep though.
He's not tapping his foot consciously then, so you mean...
Must be a twitch.
Never mind that, the point is waxworks don't tap their feet. Or
twitch.
And look at his arm too. We've seen a scarf like that somewhere else around here, haven't we?
Take that!
It's
Just
that
no.
a crime's underway.
Yeah.
It's like it's the actual secret scarf like that there's a crime, but it's just on him.
Yeah.
The telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is waxwork is the obvious twitch. Even the most realistic waxworks do not exhibit a twitch.
Who does that in sleep?
I don't know.
Old people?
I think if I'm asleep, I'm like not.
I mean, also,
yeah,
and I'm
If
a-
anything,
Twitch.
I'd be like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, and then I'd be bouncing my leg.
I mean, I'm sure there's people that have weird
It's a
sleeping
muscle
habits.
twitch.
Like, there's like people who sleepwalk, and maybe it's like some sort of just muscle spasm they have.
I guess what I'm posing is
You're saying that he's faking
it's either
sleeping.
all or nothing.
Okay.
It's either you sleepwalk and you're moving all over. There's no one who just has a twitch like that
Why
in their
not?
right foot.
Who's to say?
I'm saying that.
Well, I guess the bottle will go.
If there's a single, I don't know what I'll do. But there's no way that someone has that, like, when I'm falling asleep like this, my knee bounces up and down. Without anything else. Like, that just seems so oddly... Like, yo,
Random hypnic jerks and twitches in sleep are common.
yeah, random though. It's not like this, only my right leg bouncing up and down rhythmically.
I cannot tell you, man.
Whatever.
In other words, this splendid old man is in fact a genuine member of Scotland Yard. Slight shift in your choice of adjectives, then. And there you have it. Well, Madame Dispels.
Well, what? It was me who contacted the police and demanded that someone come in the first place. He's clearly fatigued, he's sound asleep.
But then, what's this tag showing the price of 3 pence? No doubt the price of the muffler, which the old Bobby purchased recently at the local market. And I presume you've observed the scarf tied around his arm does not strike you, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, the secret sign used by detectives to show that some criminal activity is currently underway.
Of course, because as you know, there's been just such criminal activity happening here. As you deduced from the very beginning, Detective.
So it would seem that we finally arrive at the truth.
What was the truth?
The waxwork of the especially ruthless killer from the special exhibit has been kidnapped.
Oh.
And Scotland Yard are already investigating. But the model's whereabouts remain a mystery. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle.
Okay.
Still a mystery.
Solved it.
Solved. We don't know.
Elementary. Have you seen Enola Holmes?
No.
It's good. We haven't seen the second one.
All sorts of people visit my museum here. Men and women, young and old.
Seen what?
Enola Holmes.
What is that?
Sherlock Holmes. But Henry
Yeah, your
Cavill
sister.
plays
It's
Sherlock Holmes.
It's a TV show?
Sherlock
And the
Holmes.
girl, what's her name?
No, it's a movie on Netflix.
Movie?
Yeah, there's 2 new movies. There's the first,
Watch
and the
fir-
girl
I
that
was-
plays 11 from Stranger Things is.
Sometimes they drop in just for a short time on their way back from the pub. I welcome them all. But if anyone tries to damage my exhibits, I do not take it lightly.
I'd be pissed.
Anyways.
I like how her arm's still behind her back.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Your great deduction was even more enchanting than I've been led to believe. I do prefer witchcraft, though.
It was a pleasure, my dear madam. I am gratified that you enjoyed the spectacle. As for your rough customer, I have no doubt he'll regain consciousness shortly and return home. What concerns me more
Did you
is
say
the
home?
Return home.
Hey, Ordeal, return home.
is the waxwork from the special display if it was indeed genuinely abducted.
Yes, tragically it was.
Then I would ask you to recount to us the events surrounding the stolen waxwork. In as much detail as possible, if you please.
Why do I feel like I know that they're gonna connect them, but this just feels so not connected to the dude
I know.
teleporting and dying. Like what?
Wait,
what
wait.
just happened?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, how do you think they're
Maybe
connected?
like Maybe like they were gonna somehow use him to
they
make
use
it
the wax
seem...
statue, they melt it, and then the dude appears on the other side. He's like, it teleported me. Or really, it was a wax statue.
Yeah. Or something like that. Because it's like, the guy's so far up on the way in that little tower, like, look at...
Yeah.
But after I've told you what I know, I must insist that you return to your work.
Oh my gosh.
The talents of a great detective could be put to better use. I feel but as you wish. Tell us more about the stolen waxwork, please.
It was some days ago now when I came in here one morning. I immediately noticed that the waxwork was missing from the special exhibit here.
It is your most prominent display, so that's why the curtains were closed.
I found the ransom note in its place.
The culprit must have broken in during the night and taken it then.
So this waxwork that was stolen, it was a model of some horrible criminal, I suppose.
Of a particularly horrible criminal, in fact.
Barak von Zix.
I literally was about to make that same joke.
The killer who left a more profound scar on society than any other. I would say the Professor.
Professor Hairbrain, he's the murderer.
Oh.
Not a name I've heard of. So, Mr. Naruhodo, it seems the circle is complete. This how relates to Barak von Ziek's backstory, I see. Sorry?
Professor Case happened at around the time I was born, didn't it?
Oh, it's a case. Oh, yeah.
Indeed it did, Iris. 10 years ago, a series of murders that rocked the capital. 10 years ago? Yes, at exactly the time. That Barak von Zieks graduated from university, in fact. What? Surely he's not saying.
So, the big event that changed Mr. Reaper's life?
As you've surmised, it was the professor case.
And the professor was his friend. Or what? Who
No,
was?
I think...
Who was his professor then?
No. The
It
friend
says-
is who is currently
Who
on
was
trial.
this professor then?
Who was this professor then?
Why do I hear boss music?
Oh, they currently...
It was a series of gruesome murders that had all of London gripped in terror a decade ago. After 5 victims were killed, the man was arrested and put to death.
Didn't it say 10 earlier?
I don't think it said anything earlier. And now he's immortalized here in wax for all Londoners to admire and enjoy. Though of course, he happens to be absent at present on account of the abduction. But I don't understand, how is all this related to Lord Van Zieks? You must first understand, my dear fellow, why it is that Professor earned such infamy. It was due to the victims he chose, some of Whitehall's finest.
What do you mean, Hurley?
Those murdered by the Professor were some of the highest members of the British aristocracy, members of nobility, even royalty. It sent shockwaves through the county's administration. Members of the... Oh, wait, of course! What Professor Hairbrain said. Lord Van Zieks is from a family with noble blood.
Oh my gosh.
It was the 5th victim that led to the Professor's arrest. The killer's prey was a young noble by the name of...
Oh, his brother.
Oh.
Clint Van Zieks. No!
Brother.
Who? I don't believe it. Van Zieks?
His name was Clint? No.
Clint.
What a lame name.
It's almost as bad as Carl.
I'm sure you could piece together the rest for yourself. In the wake of his older brother's murder, the young Barak pursued a career as a prosecutor, and eventually became the Reaper we know today.
Intéressant.
I had no idea Lord Van Zieks had such a tragic past. Well, I'm afraid that's all I can say on the matter, for the time being at least. After all, I have work to do. As a waxwork exhibit.
I'm afraid I shall have to excuse myself as well.
Oh, yes, of course. It's been a pleasure, thank you. Well then.
Is that the end of the chapter?
Probably. Well, none of the predicted scenarios I've been analyzing involved you coming to visit me here. Oh.
I was about to say, I feel like there was so much actually left on...
These are both
Who does
you,
Hairbrain?
man.
Who does...
Both of you.
What is this? What is it again?
It's been too long, it really
Yeah.
has.
I don't
I'm
think that
delighted
was
to
it.
see you, Baron.
I'm so certain that wasn't it.
Yeah, there's no way...
That was not it. I'm so certain.
I mean, just give me 2... It only takes 2 seconds.
Alright. Miles will sit here and meanwhile and ponder, you know.
What
How
was
much
it?
longer
If
is
you can
left in
remember
this
what it
case?
was.
I wasn't that. I can tell you for sure. Okay, why are you going back to our current stream?
I just need to go to your channel.
Yeah, I see. Yep,
Why is this added to your stream Pogo stuff?
because I played Pogo Stuck in that stream. It's about using deduction, man. It's the process of deduction.
The longest tutorial ever. Oh,
That's the first case.
That's the first. Whoa! Look at me. Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
We're almost there, I'm sure. All right.
And oh.
Like when he was at university.
It's just the male
That's
version
totally different.
of the girl.
That is totally different from what you're doing.
It's been 10 years.
That's Benzix
Low,
at this
low.
point.
Oh, it's been 10 years, and here we are meeting in a prison of all places.
I can't forgive myself for what happened to Mr. Assman. I just can't. I still can't believe it could happen.
Well, that's right, Hairbrain. I forgot about that.
Tomorrow the court will decide.
Yes, I have a young Eastern man acting for my defense. He seems reliable enough, though. It was an accident, a terrible accident. He assures me he can prove it.
I must warn you.
Oh, I know. I've heard already. You're going to be prosecuting, aren't you?
Yes.
Since I returned to England, I've heard lots of stories. Eric, are you really?
What?
Never mind. I just heard rumors that you're racist.
Oh
I know that you're my best interest at heart.
My friend is on trial. I wouldn't entrust it to anybody else.
Of course, I fully understand. Thank you, Beryl.
Until tomorrow, then. I'll see you in court.
So what's he's trying to throw? He's
I
trying to
think
throw
he's
the
trying to-
game intentionally?
Or maybe he believes in his friend, so he's trying to find the truth.
But why would he go against him then? Why would he go for him?
Because maybe he knows someone else could forge evidence, or
That's
do
what I'm saying.
something-
He's trying to throw.
He's trying to find the truth.
He's trying to represent the bad guys in a bad way.
He's trying to probably not find them guilty, yes. Alright. So that has been a return to the great Ace Attorney. A
man.
return of a great departed stream. Ugh.
Wow. We're only on episode 3?
You're only on episode 3.
I think we started episode 1 at the start of this year. We've done 3 episodes. What it feels like.
It's the start of last year, you mean? It's a new year.
That's what I mean. Started last year.
I don't even remember when we started. Where were we at when we started last year.
Oi, 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 oi.
Okay, well, hopefully we go a little faster than we have been.
I felt like that was fast.
Well, I meant like we stream more often and actually get through the game.
Yeah.
But for now, thank you all for watching. I'm sure you can hear the music.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Not this at the very least. I don't know, but probably not this.
It's on Daicosmos. It's on
It's
Thomas.
on me. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I was enjoying it, which is all that matters, of course. But, you know, if you're enjoying it, that's a bonus. But we'll catch you in the next stream. Why is this always so far behind? I don't know. It's fine. But until next time, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, wait, I have to fade out. Oh, come
Ciao.
back. There we go.
Must be the same.